something I don't talk about a lot, but it is very true. It's very a part of my soul. See, I'm excited for Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
But my other most anticipated game of all time
is another
which is also coming out this year, maybe, hopefully, because they say it is, but they might be lying. Is Persona 5. I love the Persona series. I played Persona 3 all the way through. I didn't beat it because
it sucked.
No. I got to the last boss. Who, spoiler alert, the last boss is named the Nyx, and he has a health bar for every Arcana. And he's fucking hard. I get it to like the 8th health bar, and then he just like one-shots me.
Spoiler alert, here's some words you don't understand.
Yeah, but people who like Persona will understand.
I'm sure they played the 3.
But yeah, it's really hard. I couldn't beat it, and I'm like, I spent 100 hours getting to this boss.
Jesus
literally
Christ.
100 hours. It's a long game.
Is that how long they take?
Well, for like grinding purposes and stuff. But I was like, fuck that. I think I'm done. But then they released like movies and stuff, and it looks very cool. I've seen the first movie, and the animation is beautiful. But and Persona 4, I haven't played much of, but I've seen a lot of gameplay of it, and I watched the whole anime series. There's an anime series on Persona 4.
Yeah.
It's like 26 episodes. It's very good too. Like I said, the animation's great, and so is the voice acting. But there's hair on my computer. But so I know the whole story, and it's very good. But I love Persona. These games are very special games, and it's kind of hard to prove that unless you play it yourself. Like the characters are like so good, and they're so like relatable, and they're so like multi-dimensional, in depth that you immediately like care for these characters. It's like kind of ridiculous how good the writing in these games are.
I think you literally just sold it to me, because things that are like, it's hard to explain, but when you start playing it, it's so good. That's like, okay, I'm sold.
Dude, Persona is an amazing series. And Persona 5, oh my god, I'm so pumped. Like, because they released a trailer for it like last year?
Last decade?
Because they've been announcing teaser trailers for Persona 5 since like 2 years ago. They showed like a really small teaser at E3 where it's like the main character, he has glasses, and they call him Potter-kun. And
what?
Because it's like kun, like Japanese Kun.
Yeah, but
Potter-kun.
It's like is
and
it
he has
his
glasses,
name,
and he's like, and he's
long.
he looks like Harry Potter kind of.
Harry Potter-kun.
And it was like him on the train and stuff, and it was like very, very like broken up images that are like super ambiguous, and you're like, what does this mean? And it was like chairs and like balls and chains attached to the chairs, and it's like, what is this? And it was really neat. But then they had a Persona event in Japan, and then they released, I think, the first trailer, and it was just a very cool, stylistic, like 2D thing where they were showing off like cutscenes from the game.
I think I watched that one.
Yeah, I think you just watched it because I gave you homework to watch it, and it was super cool. And the thing to note about that is the title, like the menus, fucking nice. Like the way they're stylized is beautiful, and it made me skeet everywhere. And the music is also amazing. I think the genre is called like acid jazz, and it's so
acid jazz.
Yeah, I looked up
Japanese acid jazz.
No, well, if you type in acid jazz on YouTube, there's like a bunch of compilations, and it sounds just like the song from the trailer.
Did you figure that really yourself, cool. Or
I think in the comments
You're
of
just
one of the
watching this video? This sounds like acid jazz.
No, yeah. I watched the trailer. It's like, acid jazz, guys.
Yeah, come on.
Duh.
You should have put that in the tags.
Exactly. But I think in one of the comments, someone was like, what type of music is this? And someone was like, oh, it's acid jazz.
That guy must be the biggest douchebag on the planet.
This pretentious.
Don't you know?
I know this exact genre of music.
Yeah.
Don't you know? Duh. But yeah.
It's acid jazz metalcore.
It's super funk death metal.
I love that. There's that image online that you probably have seen before where it's like a chart of music genres, and at the top it's like casual and it's like rock and stuff, and then as you get farther and farther on, it's just like white noise at the bottom. It's like for the intense music lovers, and I'm like, what?
Well, there's some ridiculous.
Oh no, it's like like stuff like just like metal on metal screeching for 4 hours. Like, this is what people are into.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But we keep rambling. The reason why I'm bringing up Persona today, even though it's been a while since Persona news, there's not a lot of trailers.
Well, the countdown.
No, exactly. That's what I'm getting to.
Okay.
The last trailer they announced was not even. It came with a special edition of Persona 4 Dancing All Night for the Vita, and it came with like a Blu-ray which had like a new trailer with it. And
That's awesome.
but you can't find the trailer. I don't know if you can anymore.
Couldn't.
but you at the time you couldn't. People will keep uploading the trailer, and it would get taken down immediately. People who were even uploading like speculation videos of just screenshots would get taken down.
Wow.
But I took it upon myself to download the video because I'm like, this is gonna get taken down. So I have the trailer. Shh, don't tell anyone. No. But and again, it looks awesome. Music's slick. But like you just said, like you spoiled for the anticipation. There's a countdown on the Persona 5 Japanese website. And it's counting down to like 305 hours or something like that. And
when
I think
got posted, it was 300 hours. I think.
Yeah, I don't know where it's at now. Let me click this link real quick. There it is. Right now, at the time of this recording, it's at 268 hours. And I think that when that gets done, it's going to be May 5th, I think somebody said.
I can check for you.
Let's check. But what I'm thinking, dude, is what could this mean? What is this countdown getting to? Because Persona 5 seems to be the type of title where it's like these announcements are like kind of tiny, but also kind of like they would seem small for your general audience. But for somebody who's excited for the game, it's like the biggest thing in the world. Like the last time after Persona 5 event, or the Persona 4 event, I think, and then they showed the trailer for Persona 5, it was like everyone's saying, oh, it's just a trailer. But people who are excited for the game, it's like, oh my god, this is like what we wanted.
Yeah.
So I think, honestly, I think what this is counting down to is a release date. Or maybe
an announcement for the release date?
Or it's counting down to the game coming out that day. Because the game got delayed a bit, like September. I think the game got delayed to the summer of 2016. It was because I kept saying it was coming out late 2015, and it got pushed back.
Do you really think they would be able to do a countdown for the release date of a game this big and not have someone leak it? I think. Like,
dude, Persona's like really good about hiding information.
I guess so, but you're right. It is May 5th. What day is May 5th?
What day?
What date is it?
If it's a Tuesday, it might be. Let me check. Oh, it's a Thursday.
Well, I mean, Final Fantasy 15 comes out on Friday, but it's Friday or Tuesday. That's it.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the countdown to a release date. Finally.
That's such a fucking bullshit thing to do.
But that's what it's like. That's what Final Fantasy 15 did. Final Fantasy 15 had a whole.
What I'm saying.
They had a whole event.
Bullshit thing to do.
They had a whole event announcing. Well, they showed a bunch of stuff, but the whole event was pretty much just to announce the release date.
There's going to be a point where games don't even come out anymore. So they're going to be like, yeah, this game's going to come out May 10th, and then you're going to be like, yeah, and then it never comes out because the next game got released, announced.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's going to be a countdown to the release date. And speaking of release dates, there have been rumors circulating the web about possible release windows.
Holy shit.
And I have the website brought up right here where the link is, and it's like people are saying that there's this Japanese retailer who like they kind of post hints of like release dates. And they also post leaks and stuff like that, and they're really reliable, and they seem to be always right. So they posted this children's umbrella, which has, if you're a fan of Persona 4, it's called the umbrella. I'll post a picture of it. Is called the Chikyu Sentai 5-Man, which is kind of like Power Rangers. And in Persona 5, you can get the costumes for these Power Ranger guys. Not 5, Persona 4, you can get costumes. And so a lot of people are thinking, like, yo, this umbrella probably has to do with Persona 5. And the umbrella falls in between Tales of Berseria, which comes out August 18th, 2016.
And some other lame game called...
And some
Final?
weird game. Final Fantasy 15.
Final Fantasy XV.
Yeah, XV, which is coming out September 30th. So people are saying it's coming out in between August and September, which honestly is fucking awesome if this is true, because this is like the perfect, for me personally, this is like the perfect gaming schedule.
What if it came out on the same day?
As Final Fantasy 15?
Yeah.
I think I would internally...
Which one would you play first?
Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
I think I would internally explode.
Would you like switch on and off, or would you finish
much.
15 first?
I think I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's too hard. But for me, that's like the perfect scheduling for this, because you have May, and you have Overwatch.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Which looks nice. And then you have in June.
No Man's Sky.
And then you have No Man's Sky. And then I'm going to be playing No Man's Sky
Forever.
all the time. And then you have, if this is true, you have Persona 5 coming out.
In
and
August-ish. So you got a good month
yes,
to play.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then in between that, and then after that you have Final Fantasy 15.
But see, the problem
it's like the perfect
the problem with that schedule
setup.
is you have Overwatch and No Man's Sky, both of which are games that you're probably gonna be playing with other games. Like you're gonna be playing Bloodborne or something at the same time.
Or Dark Souls.
So that's gonna be my problem. Like I have single player games that I want to finish, but it's like, oh, I'm gonna hop on for a match of Overwatch, or I'm gonna go destroy this planet in No Man's Sky.
I'm gonna destroy the planet.
Yeah, and it's like that's gonna completely eat up my.
I'm just gonna destroy this planet today.
I'm sure you can do that.
Scheduling around destroying the planet.
Like I've started playing Minecraft again, and like, it's why do I have to do that to myself? It's so easy to get sucked into it, especially like, you know, I'm starting up a server and no one's playing on it yet, but I'm like, man, I gotta get the server nice for people. I gotta get like cool things to come in and see.
Gotta get it nice.
It's like that motivates me. Like either playing with someone or playing with knowing someone's gonna see it eventually. It's like, man, I gotta do this all the time.
Dude, it's like cleaning up your house when you have company, dude.
Yeah, it's awful.
But yeah.
So yeah, your schedule is pretty booked.
Yeah, with these JRPGs that are going to take up endless hours.
JRPG happy hour across the top of the screen.
Because Persona 3 took 100 hours to get to the final boss, which I haven't beaten, which means I have to do more grinding if I want to beat him.
But see, here's the thing. 100 hours sounds like a long time, but it's really only like 4 days straight.
Yeah, but
that's not that long.
I think 100's big in any number.
Wake up, play for 16 hours, go to sleep. You know, that's only 10 days.
I'll just play for 4 hours straight. 4 days straight. That'd be fine.
Yeah, you can do that.
Fuck it.
People have done worse.
So yeah, I am beyond excited for Persona 5.
Don't die. People have died.
Like you mentioned before we started recording, the art style is and the like color scheme.
It's the color scheme that's
like,
catching my eye. Like the red on black, it's really popping.
It's
the guy's Shogun right there though.
It looks so cool.
Is that Uchiha? Is that Ichi?
That's
Ichigo?
He has
Ichigo Uchiha.
Ichi Uchiha. He has his Sharingan glaring. But yeah, I'm super excited for Persona 5, and I know other people are.
I wonder what it is like. It's a really Japanese thing to have a game series that clearly has successors like Persona 3, 4, 5, Final Fantasy 10, 11, 15, whatever. I skipped like 4 in there, but they don't have anything to do with each other. Like, it's just a series in name only.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like a really Japanese thing to do. Like, stuff like Kingdom Hearts seems like an outlier.
Yeah.
Like, Kingdom Hearts is a clear story path. But, like, you don't see that with American games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, every
it's not a real... It's an anthology series.
Yeah.
Really.
Like, but I think that's cool because it's like... I think what it is to me, personally, it's... I'm not going to say Final Fantasy because Final Fantasy seems to switch it up with every iteration, but in terms of Persona, because the combat is kind of always the same. You always have, like, you have a group of high schoolers who are doing something, like something happens that they have to fix. What you can do in the games is you summon what's called a persona, hence the name.
Nope.
And, like, for example, in Persona 3, you have these things called evokers, which are handguns. And the way you summon your persona is you shoot yourself in the head.
What the fuck?
And when you shoot yourself in the head, you summon your persona, and you can use your persona to like use magic spells, and you fight these like shadow monsters. So
that's fucked up. The one time a persona doesn't actually come out, it's like, shit up.
But well, they're fake guns.Ey're not real.
Oh.
They
okay.
It's just like it's a.
That would be fucked up. You gotta
It's like an analogy for
it's
like summoning
Russian roulette
for like killing yourself to summon your inner thoughts or whatever.
It's like Russian roulette. You have 5 real bullets and 1 persona bullet.
that'd be quite the game.
Yeah.
But in Persona 4, you just have these tarot cards that you crush and you bring out a persona.
So when you say something happens, they had to fix. Like what kind of things happen?
In Persona 3, what happens is you have this place called Tartarus, which comes out during the dark hour, which is 1 minute between. It's like 11:59 and midnight, and that 1 minute for people who are able to stay awake, people who use personas, it's 1 hour, and in that hour, all these shadows come out to try to like torment the world and stuff like that. And every full moon, like a great shadow comes out, and it's up to these teenagers to defeat the monster.
Hormonal teenagers.
But the twist with Persona 3 is that you're destroying these big full moon shadows, and then you find out that these shadows, every time you killed one, were feeding into the main guy named Nyx, who's like the embodiment of death. and that's why he's so strong. So like the whole game is like,
and all
we got to fight these 12 bosses, but then you fight the 12 bosses. It's like, oh wait, we fucked up.
Yeah.
Now we got to fight the main boss, and he's like impossible to beat.
All the while they just wanted to have sex.
Exactly. It's very sexual. There's a lot of sexual tension.
Is there a lot of,
there's relationships. There's
Of course.
Yeah, well,
there is.
because Persona is you balance your high school personal life with it's like such a Japanese game. You balance your high school personal life with your Persona monster fighting life.
There's like tropes.
Yeah, there's what's called social links, where you have to build up your social link by becoming better friends with people, and the more your social links up, the more powerful that persona will be that's related to that social link. Like each social link has an arcana connected to it. Like social link with this one guy will be like the wisdom arcana, and if you build his social link up, then when you summon a wisdom arcana persona, you'll do more damage with it.
Different personas per person. It's not like a transformation.
Yeah,
like one per person.
It's a very in-depth game. It's very hard to like balance all this stuff.
Right.
If you want to do 100% run, it's like very complicated.
Right.
And Persona 4, the story with that is there's instead of Tartarus, you have what's known as the Shadow World, and you go into the TV, and that's the Shadow World inside the TV. And this one dude is like causing all these murders, but you don't know who it is. So it's like up to these 4 teenagers or however many teenagers to.
You never played 4, right?
I haven't played 4, but I know the whole story.
Okay.
And it's up to them to like find out who's causing these murders, and a bunch of stuff happens, and it's a bunch of tears, and a bunch of twists happen, and you're like, oh fuck, and it's very good.
Okay.
Persona games are amazing. I can't stress it enough. I feel like they push a lot of people back because they're very in depth, and it's like all these high school kids, but they're so good.
Well, they hit the Japanese tropes.
Yeah.
High schoolers, sexual tension, relationship build up, transformations.
Yeah.
Like it's all these
persona, inner embodiments, and whatever.
Yeah, shooting yourself in the head.
Yeah.
Japanese trope right there. I love the scene in Kingdom Hearts Sora shooting himself in the head.
Yeah, with this
while yelling, "Not Kairi's heart."
And well, he actually in the first game he stabs himself with the Keyblade.
I don't remember.
There's no way you're taking Kairi's heart, and then he beats Riku Ansem, and then he's like, "I got it," and he stabs himself.
And then he just falls on the ground, and Riku gets up and it's like, "Oh, it was easy."
Yeah, and then he releases all the hearts.
And then is that when he turns into Heartless?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that part.
Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, there was a thread. It was like, what's the one thing that you wish game developers would not put in games? And one of them was like typical cutscenes before a boss that you have to rewatch over and over again. And literally the first comment was, "You're not taking Kairi's heart." And I'm like, it like brought back floods of memories, but I couldn't associate them with one part of the game. I'm like, what part was that? It was like there was another one with Clayton too, like a quote that was in like the I'm burping a little bit in Fight with Clayton in Tarzan World.
Yeah,
I forget what quote it was though. It was really great.
I don't know.
It was really great. I'm sure if you heard it, you'd be like, boop.
I hated Tarzan's World in Kingdom Hearts.
There's a lot of parts in Kingdom Hearts where you're just like, fucking,
yeah,
just want to get past this.
But Persona, if you have any thoughts and you want to share your excitement, because I know everybody's excited for Persona 5, especially people who are fans of Persona.
Only people who are fans of Persona?
But share your thoughts if you want to contribute.
It's like the year of the JRPG. If Kingdom Hearts came out, it'd be like, the world would explode.
Yeah, if it finally came out, but it's never going to.
No.
Kingdom Hearts is going to get canceled.
You think so?
No.